represent your club or just a player that you really like over at Club Vector. The link can be found down below. We also take requests for new names and shirts. My Twitter can be found down below. Save up to 14% on coins and get an extra 5% off when you use the code TVM at checkout. Offer ends 1st of January. There are also chances to win free FUT21 coins over at u7buy.com. Link down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new player review. Not for a player that's just been released. It is Roberto Firmino's freeze card that has been, I think it's been out for a good week now. Thereabouts anyway. The reason I'm reviewing it is because, I wouldn't say there's nothing for me to review. There are headliners, of course. However, we can pick up the loaner Roberto Firmino. I am a Liverpool fan. I don't know why I haven't done it sooner, but also shout out to the Road to Glory and the guy who actually left a comment. I forget your name now. I do apologise, but he did say, can you please review Roberto Firmino? Some people rely on me, believe it or not, for information as to whether these cards are good enough. The problem I have with Roberto Firmino, and the main issue I think most people have, and that's probably one of the reasons why they would like a review, is that he's 950,000 coins. That is enough, I think, to buy Ronaldo, to buy Messi, maybe even Mbappe. In fact, I'm going to go check to see how much Neymar, Mbappe, Ronaldo, and can I find Messi? Don't think I can, unfortunately, because he's not on my sort of cheat sheet of players to click on, so we'll just have a look at the others. So Mbappe, yeah, Mbappe's cheaper. On PlayStation, 50k cheaper. On Xbox, he's 200k cheaper than this for Firmino card. Neymar is down at 700,000, 550 on Xbox. And then you've got Ronaldo, who is 850 on Xbox. Xbox market is on the floor. And then, of course, 1 million coins for Ronaldo on PlayStation, which is roughly the price of this Firmino card. There's maybe a little bit in it, but absolutely crazy to think that this card is in that sort of bracket, if you will. The 88, by the way, which is just a standard inform that doesn't have the defensive boost, is only 170,000 coins. So there's definitely going to be some discussion here to be had regarding where you want to play him. So 5-star, 4-star, high work rates, 5'11", unique body type, has not very good pace and acceleration, to be fair, but it depends where you want to play him as to whether that's going to be as important or not. And then unbelievably well-rounded across the field. Of course, the defensive stats of this card have been boosted by, what are we saying? 25 points across the board. He's lost 1 pace. No, sorry, he's gained 1 pace. He's lost 4 dribbling, gained 6 passing. The shooting hasn't really been touched. He's gained 3 long shots but lost 2 volleys. And then, of course, 6 physical, which, as an attacker, doesn't matter. As a CM, matters. I played him a little bit all over the place. So what my team was doing, and the man of the moment is on the ball right now. And to be fair, some of the clips you're going to see are quite literally Arjen Robben just bending it into the far corner. And the reason that I'm showing you those clips is because A, they look fantastic, and B, Firmino had something to do with that. Now, a lot of the clips from Firmino are going to be this, in and around the penalty area, moving around a little bit and trying to get himself in on goal, or maybe even trying to create a chance. He was playing as a cam, although, because I have Arjen Robben on stay forward, because I'm trying to make the most of that pace and that. I just love taking that type of shot. But because Arjen Robben's on stay forward, what happens is then the cam drops back into cover the sort of right-hand side a little bit because Arjen Robben isn't there. Now, that means that we got to have a little bit of a taste of Roberto Firmino's dribbling ability inside the penalty area when he went forward because he played as a cam, but we also got to see what he was like in the middle of the park because he would drop deeper to cover Arjen Robben's gap, if you will. I found this card to be very well-rounded in terms of central midfield. You can play him as a cam, you can play him as a CM, you could probably play him as a CDM, and you wouldn't really be complaining about anything necessarily. If you want to give him a shadow to boost up the defending even more, to make him that little bit quicker, feel free to do so. I think the Catalyst would be a bit of a waste. Hunter, if you want to play him further forward. My only argument with this is that 88 rated inform is not too dissimilar, right? So the 88 rated inform has 5 better dribbling across the board, 2 better shooting across the board. He has 24 less defending. Guess what? Doesn't matter. He has 5 less physical. Guess what? Doesn't really matter because he still has 89 stamina. So the only thing you're losing really is the passing. But if you do decide to use Roberto Firmino as a striker, you are only losing 4 short passing and 4 vision, which is still 88 and 89. So this freeze card, in my opinion, is only going to appeal to those who want to play him as a CM or as a CDM. Now, I know that might be stating the obvious because he is a position change, even though you could position change this card yourself from a centre forward to a centre mid. This was a very good goal from him. Really like that. I wasn't a fan of his finishing. I'll point that out straight away. I mean, it's probably no surprise to anyone watching. Even with a Hunter, his finishing was very substandard. The goalkeeper moved across there, but either way, his finishing wasn't particularly great. He did score his fair share, if I'm honest, but it's not something that I would be too happy to rely on. In terms of like defending and defending from the front in particular was something that I liked a lot from Roberto Firmino. The ability to close down, use that work rate to get forward, and use the new acquired defensive stats to put himself in passing lanes and to be able to close down the defenders with the ball. Because as soon as we lose possession, Roberto Firmino is on it, you know, and he's more than capable then of putting pressure on the defenders to try and win the ball back. And you've already seen evidence of it. He does it, and he does it well. I do like him. I do think it's a really good card. Like, it's up there with some of the best in this game. The problem for me is that for 1 million coins, and I know I've compared him to Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo, but if you want to go the other way, and you want to compare him to Kante, and you want to compare him to, who else can we compare him to, defense-wise? I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head, and I do have like a little cheat sheet in front of me to sort of look for. But I mean, let's just look at Kante just as one little example, right? Kante's base card is 184 to 230-ish thousand coins, depending on your platform. So that card is going to play a very similar role. Is he as good? In terms of passing, no. But in terms of pace, in terms of defensive stats, physicals, and for the most part, at least dribbling, and where it counts, you know, balance, reactions, Kante is on par. I mean, he might even be a little bit better. And if you want to give Kante a shadow, he turns into this sort of 90 rated CDM. I mean, you have a good card in Firmino, right? You have an absolutely sensational card in Firmino, actually. But the problem I have is that he's just not worth 1 million coins. He honestly really isn't worth 1 million coins. There are so many cards in this game that you could use in his place. And I'm not saying that they would be as good necessarily, but they would cost you a fraction of the price. Now, of course, the whole argument of, well, I've got the untradables in my club, not spending the money. Yeah, I get it. I'm not one of these people that's saying, oh, well, they still have a value, because they don't really. They're tokens. You can do with them what you wish, right, if they're untradeable. So, is he worth 1 million? No, in my opinion. Is he a good card? Yes. I would definitely recommend anyone considering this to go do the loan and to go play a couple of friendly games with him, because then you'll be able to work out what it is you want from this card. If you're thinking, I'm going to play him a little bit further forward, go for the inform. If you're thinking, I'm going to play him as a CDM, look at other options. Good card, big fan of it, but I hate the price, and that is what puts me off completely. They have overdone this big time. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Is it overpriced? Is it priced well? And have you done it? If you have done it, give me a bit of a thought process behind that. Let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.